Hey guys, so what I've got here is a 2005 Mercedes CLK 320, and what I want to address in this video is, should you buy a used Mercedes? Having owned one, I would not recommend buying one that's around 10 years old or older, because it's going to need repairs. And as you may know, if you've ever had to have a Mercedes repaired, the repairs can get really expensive really fast. Based on my experience, I don't think there's any repair you can get done on a Mercedes under $600. And not to mention, the oil changes are really expensive as far as oil changes go. Especially if you take it to the dealership, you're probably looking at about $500 to $700 oil changes, something around in there. And even if you don't take it to a dealership, you're still probably going to be paying around $350 for an oil change. The cost for all of that is quickly going to outweigh what it's worth or its trade-in value. I've owned this one for a little over a year, and I've had to replace an alternator, I've had to replace an EGR valve and gasket, and of course oil changes along the way, and there's a list of repairs that still need to be made. And so what I've shelled out is probably more than it's worth, and definitely more than you're going to get as a trade-in. So when you're thinking about buying a used Mercedes, take that into account. And I will say, when it was running right and there was nothing wrong with it, it was a great driving and great handling car. So I'm in real estate, and a lot of times I'm driving on rough terrain, really steep, rocky driveways that should really require a four-wheel drive. And this thing made it up every single one of them, and rough terrain that I had to drive through. And so that's just an example, but in a lot of ways it exceeded my expectations. And of course, Mercedes usually have a really high safety rating, airbags everywhere. It's a really safe car to drive. Always felt safe driving it. So there are a lot of pros, but in my experience, the cons really outweighed the pros. The cons being how much money it costs to maintain. So just kind of a word of caution, if you're looking at buying one that's around 10 years old or older, that it's going to need repairs. They're going to be expensive. The oil changes are going to be expensive, and that can add up really quickly and quickly exceed what it's worth or what you could get as a trade-in. So that's my 2 cents from personal experience of owning a 15-year-old one. So if you've owned an older Mercedes, let me know in the comments below if you had a similar experience, if you had to do a lot of expensive repairs. So I hope this video helped and kind of gave you a better idea of what to expect. Thanks for watching.